Past is a history. Future is a mystery. All we have is now. That's why we call it present. It's a gift. We always say in our videos to live in the present moment, and it is the most important step to be success in every aspect. But sometimes we can't get rid of past. They are like ghosts holding us back. I hope this video will help you. We will share a story in Stoicism over it. So stick around. You will like and subscribe in between. Chapter 1. Importance of letting go. Letting go is a powerful and transformative practice that can bring deep peace and healing to our lives. It involves releasing the past, including our regrets, pain, and resentment, and accepting what has happened. When we hold on to negative emotions and memories, our mind becomes clouded with negativity, preventing us from fully experiencing the present and moving forward. By learning to let go, we free ourselves from the heavy burden of the past. It is like shedding a heavy backpack of stones that we carry everywhere, allowing us to feel lighter and more at ease. Letting go does not mean forgetting or denying the past, but rather accepting it and allowing ourselves to heal from it. Practicing forgiveness, both for ourselves and others, is a crucial part of letting go. This process frees us from cycles of anger and suffering, opening our hearts to new possibilities. Letting go helps us focus on what we can control in our lives and invites new opportunities for growth and happiness. The essence of letting go lies in its ability to grant us the greatest freedom and peace. It is an act of bravery that enables us to trust that everything will be okay, paving the way for a more serene and fulfilling life. Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, peace activist, and renowned teacher, once said, "Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness." Chapter 2. The Story. This story illustrates how to let go of the past and find peace. It teaches a very important lesson about how letting go can change our lives and make us happier. The story is as follows. Once there lived a master named Hiroshi, who was renowned for his wisdom and serenity. People from near and far came to him for guidance on various matters. One day, a young woman who was tormented by grief went to the master and asked for his help. She wanted to know how to let go of her pain and find peace. The master welcomed her and invited her to sit with him. He looked at her and said, "Tell me, my dear, what troubles you?" The young woman burst into tears and said, "Master, I'm filled with sorrow. I have lost someone I loved, and I cannot get over it. Every day, I'm haunted by the memories and agony. I want to learn how to let go and find peace in my heart." The master listened with care, his gentle eyes showing compassion. He led her to a river that flowed near the monastery. He pointed to the river and asked the woman, "What do you see?" The woman said, "Sir, this is a river." The master asked, "Can you see the water flowing in the river?" The woman nodded. "Yes." The master asked, "What would happen if I stopped the water from flowing?" The woman said, "Sir, the water would stop and gather in one place." The master asked, "Would it still be a river?" The woman said, "No, sir, it would be more like a pond." The master asked, "Would the water be as fresh and clean as it is now? Would it be drinkable?" The woman said, "No, sir. The water will stagnate and become polluted over time. Many impurities and dirt would accumulate in the water." The master said, "You are right. If the water stays in one place, it becomes dirty and unhealthy." Then he turned to the woman and said, "This is the answer to your question. If you hold on to your past memories and emotions, your mind will also become like a pond. Over time, it will be filled with negativity, resentment, and despair. The art of letting go is like releasing the water. Just as letting the water flow keeps it pure and fresh, Letting go of your pain and sorrow will free you from suffering. True peace and healing come from letting go. The young woman looked into the master's eyes, seeking guidance. She asked, "But how do I let go, master? How can I release the pain that has consumed me?" The master looked at the woman with kindness and said, "Letting go starts with acceptance. Acceptance of what has happened, an acceptance of your pain, an acceptance of the impermanence of all things. Understand that holding on to the past will not change it. It will only take away your present moment and prevent you from seeing the beauty that life still offers you." He continued, "Practice forgiveness for others and for yourself. Holding on to resentment and blame will keep you stuck in a cycle of suffering. By forgiving, you let go of anger and open your heart to move forward." The young woman absorbed the master's words, and a new hope shone in her eyes. With gratitude in her heart, she bowed to the monk and said, "Thank you, master. I will try to practice acceptance and forgiveness." Chapter 3. What does this story teaches us? The story teaches us the importance of letting go in our daily lives. Our life is also like a river that keeps flowing and changing. Dwelling on the past is like stopping the water and making a pond. It becomes stagnant, polluted, and unhealthy over time. Likewise, when we think too much about our past, our mind gets filled with negativity, pain, and resentment. Moving on from the past is like letting the water flow and restoring the river. Likewise, when we let go of the past, we release our negative emotions and feelings and become fresh, like a flowing river. Moving on from the past helps us to accept what has happened and forgive ourselves and others. Acceptance and forgiveness free us from the pain and sorrow that holds us back. Holding on to the past or to regrets only makes us heavy and stops us from moving forward. It is like carrying a heavy backpack full of stones everywhere we go. But when we learn to let go, it is like dropping that backpack and feeling lighter, freer, and more peaceful. Letting go does not mean forgetting or denying what happened, but it means accepting it and allowing ourselves to heal. It is about letting go of things we can't change and focusing on what we can control. When we let go, we open ourselves up to new opportunities, experiences, and happiness. Therefore, always remember, sometimes the bravest thing we can do is to let go and trust that everything will be okay. Because in letting go lies our greatest freedom and peace. Chapter 4. Stoic view on letting go. Stoicism has its own perspective to it. As most of my viewers are Stoic, so let me mention some Stoic virtue aligned with it and how to implement this in our lives. 1. Acceptance of change and impermanence. Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, taught the importance of recognizing the natural cycles of change and the impermanence of all things. This aligns with Stoics' message of accepting what has happened and understanding that holding on to the past will not change it. 2. Control over our own reactions. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. The master guides the young woman to focus on her internal state rather than external circumstances, encouraging her to practice acceptance and forgiveness. 3. Freedom from emotional turmoil. Letting go of negative emotions, like anger and resentment, is key to achieving inner peace. The Stoics teach that by controlling our own responses to events and circumstances, we can free ourselves from emotional suffering. 4. Living in the present. Stoics believe in the importance of living fully in the present moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. This idea is echoed in story as the young woman learns to release her pain and focus on the present. 5. Forgiveness and compassion. Although Stoics may not explicitly use the term forgiveness, their teachings emphasize understanding and accepting human nature, including our own flaws and those of others. This aligns with the story's call for forgiveness as a means to move forward. So as we end the video, I would really want to hear from you, what you think about this video. And after commenting, watch my next video appearing on the left of your screen. Peace.